heroes, and welcome back. Apologize, give me just a few more minutes and we'll get the screen converted over. Just wanting to make sure that everything is up and live and working the way it is supposed to. Alright, am I able to hear? Is voice working the way it's supposed to? Yes, it is. Alright. I was having issues a minute ago, that's why I'm trying to make sure that everything is solid and ready to rock and roll. Alright. Okay, let's get this show on the road, heroes. Welcome back. Alright, well, I hope you guys are liking the new channel art. I think it's pretty good channel art there. Alright, so do we have quests here? Isn't that where we just started picking up quests? I don't know why it's not showing my quests down there. That is where we will fly, though, is down that direction. Because that is where we were trying to get quests. Was out here. We go see how goofed up it is. Right? No quests here. We tried to play yesterday, but we kept getting massive lag spikes and getting booted out. So it is what it is. Alright, so we are hoping to get some more levels done today on this guy. We'll see how solid the server is today. There was another update, so I'm hoping whatever the issue was yesterday got fixed, but we'll see. Okay. We got our water this morning. I made sure to go fill it up too. That way I'm not like sucking on nothing but air basically out of this thing. Water is important for you. You should drink plenty of water. Alright, so for those of you who do not know, why is this favorited? Oh, it's the weekly featured challenge. No. But we are doing a regular hardcore run right now, which means we can team up with other people who are doing hardcore, which is pretty cool. But we're trying to do it so we can get this Fell Saber, and all you got to do is hit 60 without dying, and you can get the Fell Saber. We are currently 33, which means that we are 27 levels away from getting our Fell Saber, which is the goal. Because the server was acting goofy yesterday, we did change over from doing this challenge here on Conquest of Azeroth, and we moved it to Wildcard yesterday. Which was actually pretty fun. We've set a few challenges for ourselves on there. Namely, we are not allowed to reroll unless a quest specifically tells us to. And there's only one quest that tells you to reroll an ability and a talent. So that's all we did. Outside of that, we are required to keep every skill and talent that we get during the reroll. We can equip cards that are guaranteed skills or talents for us if we have a skill card that we want, right? Like we picked up one yesterday that was for It was the Emerald Dragon something or other. I don't remember the name of it. But basically, if we have something get close to us, we can click the ability. It uses a ton of mana, but it spews a ton of poison everywhere and basically just annihilates anything too close to us. So, we picked up that skill. I just realized I'm not wearing my hat. My hat's right over there. That's another thing we're gonna go do today. Is nah, I don't need it. We're gonna go pick up, or we're gonna go get. There's a company not too far away that I can go in and have them make hats, and so I'm gonna go have them make me a hat with our new logo on it. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I am trying to partner with, or find a company that will partner with me, so that we can get like hoodies and T-shirts and stuff like that. Because I think that would be pretty cool. But we will see. All right, I'm still not seeing any dang quests out here. See? Nothing. That's supposed to take me to Stranglethorn Vale, which we is not doing. So we're abandoning that quest. Electrified Scale. Okay, that's in a dungeon, so can't do it. That's in a dungeon, can't do that. Nope, this one wants us to go into Zul'Farrak as well. And that's still bugged. We can't even get the whatever quest this board is trying to give us. Or this is just a command board. But we can't even turn in quests. And I don't know, like I'd have to go click on one of my other characters to see if that's because they just want us to turn stuff in with this now and they haven't fixed the quest parts or what. Bring the Divomatic Rod to Chief Engineer. That's also in Zul'Farrak. So are there no quests that aren't dungeon quests? Oh, we have a thing to turn in. So every quest here is for Zul'Farrak, and we can't do Zul'Farrak. So are there no quests here? Okay, I guess we can run to Feralis then? Oh, that's annoying. I swear this place used to be full of things that you could do that were all out here. It required you to run all through the map because at one point somebody sends you all the way out here to go to the Caverns of Time.
Time is money, friend.
But that's Zul'Farrak. Like, there's no... That is super freaking annoying, man. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go to Shin over there. It might be that we're just too low level and so we can't do it. Well, that's a giant waste this morning. Alright. We do have 1 point. I didn't realize we had one. Alright, so we've got Quick Demise allows your periodic damage over time to benefit from haste. Okay, that just means it ticks faster. We've got Serrated Shot. Reduces the cooldown on hunting shot by 10 seconds. Hunting shot has a 20 save, so it makes it a 10-second cooldown. Okay, that's pretty OP. Venomous shots, no. Spread shot has 2 charges. Fires several arrows hitting up to 8. Nope. Splintered arrows, damage dealt by spread shot, and physical damage. No, nope. Then we've got Caught Off Guard. Direct physical damage with abilities now has a 15% chance to allow the use of flank outside of elude, and causes it to strike 5 additional targets. When precision shot critically strikes, its cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. Hunting shot now hits 2 additional targets. Masterful archery precision shot generates 3 archery points. Precision shot. That's this one. That's actually pretty good. If we get it to generate 3 points. Yeah, I like that. Again, like we're heading for the warband. Like we're slowly putting points to get down here to warband, right? Because this gives us, every time we use Skull Piercer shot at 5 stacks, we get 1 warbird. This right here was not generating any points, but was allowing us to use this instantly, right? Which this needs 5 in order to do its most amount of damage. This needs 5 to allow this to instantly shoot. So now if we're using this and it generates points, then we can use this more often. Actually. Yeah, we can just use it more often. That's fine. It says I have 2 quests here, or is one still the stupid candy bucket? I think one is the candy bucket. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a stupid candy bucket. We'll just wait for this one. It's crazy to think that the last time I was in Desolence in retail, this whole place was in water. Just nothing but water. It's crazy. In fact, when you first come here, there's a guy that gives you a quest so that you can get a boat so you can move around the place a lot easier. Alright, so we're going to have to take the nice long run to get into Feralis and see if those guys will give us any quests that are not dungeon quests. Because that's our problem right now. Is we're getting dungeon quests. And unfortunately, in hardcore, we cannot do dungeons. This is the boring part, is I have to run. Let's see here. Path to Ascension. Dungeon Finder, we can't do. Deliver LP items. LP can be spent on Soulbound Vine. Collect 50 LP for securing your account. Loyalty points. I have no idea what that is. Mystic Scrolls, can't do that on this one. Extraction Reforging, can't do that. Epic Writing, we can, but it's expensive. And then reach level 60, which is what we're trying to do. Ooh. I seem to have run a little off the beaten path. Alright. I would stop and get more iron and gold and whatnot, but the on emission. Now, right now, the only thing we could do is find other heroic players, but it doesn't really help us, sadly. So, I think I left my snackies out in the car, though. If it's not one thing, guys, it's always another. Almost a Feralis. One of the guys I watch on YouTube all the time, Parrot Software, he was talking about a thing where somebody was talking about how on Steam there was this big scam going on because this there was a game bundle that was being listed as 91% off, right? Like if you just look at the sale itself, it was 91% off or something crazy like that, because it was showing this bundle for, I think it was like 10 to 12 games or something crazy like that. Went from like a $10,000 value down to like a $800 value or something. It was ridiculous, crazy amount of money, right? But then if you pulled up all the games, he was showing on there that like a lot of the games were still being listed for $200. It was just a couple of the games that were being listed for like $7. And he was like, that's where this game is. It's like these, these games are not worth $200. And I was like, God dang, like that makes me think anytime I see that on Steam, like I need to do some more diving into it to figure out what's really going on, because sometimes I look at those, I'm like, man, that seems like a really good bundle. It's got, mostly positive reviews and yada yada, and then I actually go and look at it and it's like, oh no, those are terrible. So it made me think yesterday, like, really gotta to do the research before you agree to buy stuff like that. Also, if you've got $800 to just throw at video games like that, where are you working, boss? Like, that's what I want to know. All right, grabbing the flight point. Now we can see a whole bunch of questies. We're gonna start way back up here. We're gonna pick up all the quests that we can. And then we'll go through and make sure that none of these are dungeon quests. Because, again, we can't do any dungeons. So, picking up quests that are specific to just doing dungeons would do us no good. Now, we can also see that there are quests that we can eventually pick up here that these guys have. We're just not high enough level yet. So I'm gonna click this. That button. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm not seeing any quest markers here. So this is Sunken Temple, right? So if I click here, this wants me to go out to Fire in Tannerus. What? Really? Find her in Tannerus. There is a restless spirits in the world. I've heard of this place that lies deep below the surface of the earth. Banished there the powers. It's caverns of time. If you wish to learn more of this place, the Sunken Temple, seek out the goblin named Harzran. He is found in many ancient areas of the world and was last known to have left his home in Ratchet to study the troll ruins in Tannerus. Or Tannerus, whatever. This one is in a dungeon, so we can't do this. And Elven Legends, also in a dungeon. This is going to be a massive problem for us, I think. And we'll go ahead and just get rid of that because I have a feeling that's to go talk to the guy and then he wants us to go do a dungeon. So we can't do anything here yet either. Fun. So I guess we are heading to Desolence. So more of a long run. Yay. And this whole video, or this whole stream today is going to just be us trying to get somewhere we can do quests. Let's see. Wow, I didn't know that. It's weird. How do they get over here from over... Or vice versa. How do they get from there to there? That's weird. I didn't know there was even a ability to get to that island, so... Oh. The Fey Dragons are messing up the Wolfie over there. Poor guy. I mean, we do get to, you know, run around and see all the stuff. Ooh. You gotta pay attention too. But we get to see, you know, this nice little area that's been built. This is what's crazy for me is like I haven't quested in a lot of these zones, and that's kind of why I like this challenge. Is that it's forcing me to quest in places I've never quested before. Because like even back when I played vanilla, it was, you know, you would just group up with our guild members and go do dungeons once you hit 15. Because that was the fastest way to get experience, was just to do dungeons. And so you would just grind out XP in dungeons. I can't tell you how many times we'd meet up and do Ragefire Chasm when we were on a Horde side, or Wailing Caverns, or shoot, what was the one that Van Cleef is in? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't even think of that particular dungeon. I can't even click on it. Wasn't Wailing Caverns is the one out in the Barrens. It really doesn't matter. But you know, the first major dungeon that you can do for the Alliance is out in like Westfold Glades or some stuff. Actually, that's how I can check it. Dunmoreau, Stormwind City, Owen Forest, Westfall, Dead Mines. There you go. We would run Dead Mines over and over and over. Like the amount of times I've done those dungeons is insane. So yeah, I mean, like, it's just what it is, you know. The Forgotten Coast. Well, if we can't get any real quests here, we are going to have to figure out. I'll have to try to remind myself how the heck to get the Stranglethorn Veil, because I really don't want to do Stranglethorn Veil. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's over here. It's not that big of a deal. Right? It's this whole zone right here. got the Raid Zul'Gurub, but it's just like, golly, man. And there's nothing wrong. Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with doing Stranglethorn Vale. I just don't like that zone. Never really have. I know in retail there was a quest, or it was a weekly challenge or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head if it was a daily or weekly, but it was for fishing, and there was like a time limit. You would go get it, and you and a bunch of other people would compete to get the biggest fish, singular fish, in that time frame. And the person who won it got like a mount or something like that. It was crazy. It was the first daily or weekly I can remember that wasn't just something you did and turned in and got a reward for it. It was something that you had to do and hope that you were better than other people doing it, which was unique at the time. It was crazy. So you'd have like all these, people that leveled up their fishing, and they would go out there every week and do this quest, and you're like, bruh. Fishing had a lot of those, just weird random challenges and stuff. Like there was one for Dalaran where you had to get a coin out of the sewers or a fish out of the sewers or something like that. So you'd have people that would just fill up Dalaran, and there's only a few places that you could actually fish anywhere in Dalaran. And so you'd have like 10 to 15 people per little watering hole just sitting there casting their reels out. I'm like, there's way more to this game, guy. But yeah, some people are like that. One of the people that I used to play with all the time, Ginger Scream. Um, uh, she was a priest healer for us for raids, right? And it got the last time I played with her on retail, she there was a quote unquote Pokemon version of the game where you could run around, and instead of like little critters that run around the game, you could collect them, right? Throw little cages at them, collect them, battle them, level them up, go around to different zones in the entire world and fight other quote unquote trainers. And so she started getting really into that, to the point where like she was doing the weekly fights and the daily challenges for it, and just all this insane stuff. She had some of the coolest, hardest to get little pets that you could get. Like when I say pets, I'm talking like where is he? Like this guy right here would be a battle pet. You know what I mean? He would have his own skills and own talents and all that fun stuff. And you would just go out and they would all duke it out and fight and stuff like that. And it was like she had some of the coolest stuff ever, man. So all right. We are almost to where we can go, and I'm really hoping that we can do a quest out here, because if we cannot, I'm really gonna be frustrated. But it looks like Mithril spawns out here. Iron and Mithril. I know that there's we're heading for Ghostwalker Post. Honestly, there should be like a fast travel point or something to get to, because if you think about it, the correct way to get here would be do all the Barrens, go into Stone Talon Mountains, do all of Stone Talon Mountains, and then drop down here to get to Desolance, right? 18 to 60, 30 to 60. But if you go the Thousand Needles route, it would make more sense to go Thousand Needles down into Tanaris, into Ungaro, and then into Syphilis, right? Ooh. Ooh. I've never quested out here. This is cool. Big O demons.
I'm out of range.
We gotta be careful. We don't want to get smacked around by one of these things. Please don't hurt me. I'm just trying to get to my main town. We will come back and fight all of you. But yeah, so that to me would make more sense. Whereas with going the Stone Talon route, right? You go Stone Talon Mountains, then there should be a town right up here that leads down to getting to Ghostwalker, and then from Ghostwalker you go down into Feralis, and then from Feralis you go down into Ungoro, you know what I mean, and then into Syphilis. There's a quest there. We'll go pick it up. Scobbler screws. Blacksmith artisan supplies.
Can I help you?
Cooking, 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 cooking. So this is all cooking. So why does that say? Oh, black market. I should learn to read.
Talk to me. Glad I could help.
All right, we'll pick that up. But we're still on our way to the main town here. Right up there, I can see all the signs of civilization. Wow, this is a very empty town.
Loktar.
Loktar, oh god.
For the horde.
How may I aid you? Walk with fear.
Okay. Superior Mace Crafter.
Something special. What brings you here?
Okay, we'll run across to this side of the hill.
Strength and honor.
Any other quests? No? Okay. Oh, we gotta do one at a time. Good thing I read that. I guess we have to take them back to what's his face, one at a time. Ooh. Okay, this one could be kind of a bummer. Is this as far as I need to take him? seems to be it. Okay. The Gelkis Alliance. Natural or friendly Gelkis clan centaurs. And the Magrum Alliance. We have to get to neutral or friendly with the Magrum clan centaurs. So that might cause us to be out here for a hot minute. Okay. Well, this quest might take a bit to get done here. Let's see where else it wants us to go. So way up here. And then there's that. And then catch of the day. I don't do fishing, so I don't even know if I can do that quest. Show on map. I'll have to read that quest to go figure it out. Maybe there's something that we can go fight that will give us a rep. This quest is going to be really long and really boring. The other one's not so much because it's like go fight a guy, go fight some people. Does this require me to go fishing? Do me fishing, talk to the local fisherman and bring me back. Okay, so that's just, let's go buy fish, not catch fish. Thank goodness. Sit here on stream and have to level fishing just to complete a dang quest. There we go. 2 more Kodos. Then we get to go actually do some fighting. That will be the last quest I do is way down there. I'm going to go up here and get these 2 done once we get the Kodos finished. Yeah. Ancient Kodo. Use a biggin. I don't like how it shrinks them once you've, quote unquote, tamed him. You know what I mean? Like, I think he should be just that big when we're taking him back. Like, get an achievement for finding the biggest Kodo out there. But hey, what do I know? Okay. Hurry up, Kodo. One more. Almost done with this quest. And there he is. That shall be the last. Come with me, ancient Kodo. Here's my thing is, what are these Kodos eating out here? Like, also, look how big these Kodos have gotten. See how big these bones are? Those are all Kodos. Those things were massive. Like, that's a Kodo bone right there, too. And that's the jaw line is partially buried, right? Like that's a Kodo. Unless it's one of these giant lizard things, right? But the way that these horns come up, these two here, like, see how there's kind of the horn look right there too? That tells me that's a Kodo. And if that's a Kodo, like, that's just insane. I'm now friendly with Ratchet. Alright, well, there was that quest. Okay, so now we're on to this quest. But yeah, that's 100% a Kodo body. And if that's a Kodo body, like, these things are capable of becoming massive. It's just, that's crazy to me. To have a creature that could get that big. And my question is, if they're that big, how come we never see any that are that big? Like, what happened that made all the big ones like that die off? And now we only have the smaller Kodos. Like, I'm not saying make us fight these ginormous Kodos or whatever, but you have other creatures that are out here that are that massive. Why can't we have, you know, an area where there's one or two giant Kodos? Like, get to work on that, Blizzard. I think that would be really cool. Hey, man. Stupid yawns. Okay, this is not a Gelkis or a Magarum, so... Slowly we're making our way towards that camp. I'm just trying to make sure that I take out anything that could get in our path. Two iron nodes. We don't need iron though, we need gold and mithril. Okay, that quest is now done. And now we can go up here. Oh, my tummy is not feeling good for some reason. I have a feeling it's just gonna be one of them days where I don't know. But I drink plenty of water, so it's not dehydration. I don't eat a lot of junk foods or sugars, so it's nothing like that. But off me. What I'm liking about this build so far is normally if you do like a heroic challenge like what we're doing, you got to make sure you've got a lot of self-sustain and heals, and make sure you bring food with you and stuff like that. And, ooh, get off me, road! All right. There we go. We don't even have to use our Horn of Endurance to get health back. Like, I'm liking this. That's really copper out here. That's when you know the game just really doesn't want you to level up anymore. Recently parried or dodged. Like, even getting surrounded by these guys, we're not really having that big of a problem yet. The hardest ones right now are these dang rogues. Simply for the fact that, do we not need Shadow Stalkers? No, we don't. Nice. We can ignore the Shadow Stalkers, that's great. But like, for the simple fact that we have like knockbacks, and the fact that we have our own, way to get out of dodge and what have you. And these guys are really not that big of an issue. Like this should tell you how overpowered builds are when you're sitting here able to solo literally the entire content of what you're doing and not really worried if, an extra mob or two pop up to try and fight you, It's like, get off me! I see a box. We're gonna click the box. There we go. And I think we're gonna have to do this in wildcard. That's what's crazy to me. By the way, just for reference, guys, I will be at a birthday party for my nephew tonight. He's wanting to go ghost hunting. There's a place near where I live that is supposedly one of the most haunted places in Texas. So we're taking him to go do that. That was fun. We did the knockback and nothing happened. So we're taking him to go do that. So tomorrow's stream might be a little bit later in the day. Simply because we'll be at this place until probably closer to like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, which will put me home somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So we will definitely be streaming tomorrow. It just might be later in the day, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's right. I am infinite. That's a trickster. Hellcaller, Hellcaller. There's a betrayer. Oh, this one might be tricky. This one might be tricky. Let's pop our horn. See what I mean? Like we popped our horn just to be on the safe side, but we didn't really need it. Get off me. And we just keep backpedaling. One more rogue. Look, I'm just gonna grab that quest. We can't do nothing with it. But I'm tired of getting it every level. Alright, real quick. Spray quiver, no. Elven quivers, that's the one that we wanted. Arrow, stinger, periodic damage now has a 50% chance to launch a free quick shot at the target. I like that. Quick shot now has a 20% chance to fire twice. That one I like better though. Because we're not really doing periodic damage. There's a Fellsworn. Oh, there's our last rogue too. Their stealth is pretty high since we cannot even see them before they start attacking us. Now, if you wanted to go with the periodic damage skill that we were just looking at, what you would end up having to do is, let's see, we need one betrayer and one Fellsworn. But in order to get that particular skill to work better for you, you would want to use Serrated instead of Skull Piercer. Because Serrated gives you bleed damage, which is periodic damage, which would allow you to fire a free quick shot. That's our last betrayer that we need. Now we just need to find one more Fellsworn. Excuse me. That's a rare. Oh, we are taking you down, buddy. Alright, we gotta clear the area. Wait for this to come up.
It's too far away. That's too recharging.
No. Oh, he definitely was not that impressive. Trickster, we are looking for one more Fellsworn. Oh, I see him. He's right over there.
That's too recharging.
I got it right there. Then we can get out of here and go back to camp, turn all this stuff in.
Not yet.
Alright, now we gotta run to camp. Turn all this stuff in. Oh, you leave me alone, rogue. That's a lot of stuff in one spot. Look at all that. It's like, what, 5, 6 hyenas? 5 hyenas and a basilisk? Like, bruh. Yo! What's up, giant? Good lord. I don't want to fight you. You got 9k health? Ow, yeah, that's nothing, man. That guy's got 1k. Just a bunch of running and gunning, if you ask me, if they make me take down a giant. Found another quest, though. Now, what do these guys want?
Yo!
I tell you, a gold mine. Coda bones will change the world forever. I have customers making furniture, music instruments, and even blasting powder out of them. There's a caravan that comes by and picks up my Kodo bones and then sells them at Shadow Pride Village. If you can travel to the Kodo graveyard south of here and bring me Kodo bones, I'll give you something in return.
Keep it real.
Absolutely. We will go collect Kodo bones for you. Now what you got, lady? The crystal caverns of Terramok lie to the west, deep within Marodon. It is an ancient place with much history, and I'm looking to get my hands on some of greater relics of the old gods lie hidden behind the giant doors. If you are willing to brave the twists and evils found in Marodon, which we're not, so study them. We'll pick this up, but I think what she's wanting us to do is go into Marodon for that. We gotta do it this way. Click this, show on map. Oh, no. Okay, we're golden. We can do that. I just want to make sure she's not trying to get us to go into a dungeon, you know what I mean? Oy vey. That's one of the issues that we're gonna run into a lot, though, is the higher level we get, the more they're gonna want us to do dungeon quests, raid quests, and stuff like that. Leave me alone, you big stupid birds. Oh my god, I'm making everything mad. Okay.
What do you need? Raw,
Centaur bounty.
strength.
New quest. Oh, that just requires us to take out centaurs. I like it. Then we run across here, we turn in these quests, and then we can go down here and collect bones.
Some.
Right, now we just gotta go down here and get Kodo bones. Those things right there. Who? Sorry, work being what it is. Can never really have a day off when you're the assistant manager. It's kind of frustrating. All right. Pick up some Kodio bones here. Oh. That was actually pretty funny. I picked up that Kodo bone and he fell through the world. We do have to be careful because we don't want to accidentally pick a fight with all the Kodos here, so... no ghosty that time. That's funny that they just fall through the freaking planet. There we go. Here we go. Oh, fall through the planet again. We need 4 more bones for this quest. Okay. God dang, these stupid birds. driving me up the wall, man. There are these darn birds. I need two more bones. Two more bones. We've got this. Come on. Do we got any food? Jeez. Alright. Oh, we don't need food because we can make our own food. I keep forgetting that. I need two more bones. And all I'm fighting are these stupid birds.
Don't have a target.
There's the Mana Storm portal. So what you're supposed to do is you'll see these dimensional arcane particles, right? We've seen a couple of them. What you're supposed to do is gather up one of like each of them, I think, and then find this portal and dump them in the portal, and it stabilizes it or whatever. Okay, that quest is now finally freaking done. So we can go run over there. We're actually going to go up here and do these three quests before we go turn anything in. So we're going to ignore. No, we're going to ignore all this other nonsense so we can get up over here. And I apologize. I'm sure you guys are hearing my phone go bzz, 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 bzz. That's work throwing hissy fits. Because somebody decided to make a ginormous mess with oil last night, so I had to use like 50 pounds of freaking degreaser to get it all cleaned up properly so that they didn't walk into a gross looking floor today. But that also means that the truck order I did not account for the 50 pounds of freaking degreaser I had to use. Alright, now I gotta figure out how to get on the other side of this mountain. So, we will just go run around it. Oh, we found this village. Oh.
It's too far away. That spade isn't ready yet.
apparently a cave somewhere around here. This guy has a ton of health for no reason. What the heck?
That still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
That dude had so much health. Mithril. I found me some mithril. That was worth 500 XP. Nice. Because that's the only thing we can smelt down at this point to get XP anymore is mithril.
That ability isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Really?
Cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't do that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Iron. Nope, I want mithril.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
There's a quest over here, and there's more mithril right over there.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. Not ready yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. I don't have a target. I can't cast that yet. I need a target.
Bruh. Why are these things getting more and more higher level? This is getting crazy.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Well, spit it out.
No.
Have a good one.
Sorry, that's an escort quest. You can just stay here for all I care.
It's too far away. That's still recharging. I don't have a target.
Like, I don't mind doing all the... Like, if we're doing big power hits, I'm okay with that. Because these guys aren't elites or anything. It's when they have way more health for no reason, and my guy is having a hard time. Like, they're getting to the point where we don't have a high enough hit rating. So it's getting more difficult to actually take them down. I'm gonna head towards, there's, what, 2 more mithril deposits?
Not ready. That's still recharging. Target. I can't cast that yet. That spell
this guy is an elite.
That's still recharging.
That's why they've got more health.
Spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't do that yet. Not ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I can't do that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Come on. You can't put it up here if I have no way to get to it. That's not gonna be cool, dude. Wait a minute. Yo. I wonder if that thing is out here and is tameable by hunters in the regular version of the game. Y'all will have to let me know. That's a pretty cool wolf. I mean, it's an undead. I don't think you can tame it. No, it's undead. You can't tame undeads. Let's go turn in quests. We're getting to the point where stuff is getting way too over leveled for us. Shoot, now Mithril's not even worth all that much to me. Okay. Let's go turn this stuff in. The real problem is I'm gonna have to fight my way out of here.
That's still recharging. Yet.
Bro, seriously?
I can't do that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Okay.
That's still recharging.
Kind of annoying. Like, we're getting good XP, don't get me wrong. And we're getting a ton of stuff for us to do more linen bolts, but... Or not linen, but silk bolts. But it's just like... Come on, man. All I want to do is go turn this stuff in. We gotta keep the mage weave. Iron doesn't help us. Alright. We're just gonna book it past everything else. Because there's that guy right there that we just made mad, and then there will be one here, but hopefully they can't like stun lock us or anything. That'd be a terrible way to go. Hit level 34, almost 35. And get taken out from some Taurans. Oh, I found another quest too. We'll stop and pick up his quest, see what it is.
What's up? Keep it real.
And he wants us to go way over there. What the heck? We should hit 35 when we do this. I will say tomorrow's stream is going to be one of our long streams because I don't really have anything else going on tomorrow. It'll just start later in the day than it normally would because usually I would start somewhere around 12 o'clock Central Time here in the US. But because of my nephew's birthday party, I'll be starting late, and then I will be streaming for a good chunk of tomorrow. That being said, though, today's stream will be our normal, hour and a half, 2 hour stream. Oh, it's just saying my headset's about to die. That's fine. So as soon as we turn these quests in, we'll probably just go ahead and call this one for the day. I have a feeling we're actually going to go to Stranglethorn Vale. The quests there aren't as spread out starting out. So off camera, I will figure out how to get to Stranglethorn Vale, and then tomorrow we'll just start at Stranglethorn Vale, if that makes sense to everybody. And then that way, let's go run and go turn that guy's quest in. I'm trying to hit 35 before we get off. But yeah, so Stranglethorn Vale will be what we will be working on tomorrow. There's a ton of quests out that way anyway. At least there used to be in retail. I don't know about this version because I could have sworn there was a ton of quests in Tanaris, whatever it's called, that would take us around the whole area and lead us into Ungaro. But apparently, either you have to do the dungeon version or dungeon quests first, or your SOL. So I have no idea, man. None at all. Okay. And boop.
Hey, how you doing?
Alright, that gave us the level. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Hearth. Because that's going to take us back to Crossroads. And I think, honestly, I think the way we have to get there is we come down here to Ratchet, and I think there's a boat from Ratchet that will take us to Stranglethorn Vale. I think. But like I said, I will figure that out off camera, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me fool around with that. Also off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and see what we can do with getting this stuff going, because we got to do a lot of bolts of linen or silk cloth there. We're going to smelt down what mithril we have, see how high we can get up to there, all that fun stuff. So I will catch you heroes in the next one. I apologize about today being a shorter stream, but I've got a lot of errands. I gotta get my hair cut today. I gotta turn in my old cell phone today. I'm going to the place to get our hat today. So it's just, I got a lot on my plate, and I don't have a whole lot of time left with today to get it done. But I will catch you guys tomorrow. Like I said, it will be a later stream, but it will also be a longer stream so that we can work on this guy a little bit more, as long as the servers are up and running and doing what we need them to do. Sound good, guys? Well,